Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming tonight. I hope everybody's enjoying the evening so far. Before we begin the program, we ask everybody to stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Standing as we say our club mission statement, which is in the upper left-hand corner of the agenda. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth, and have fun doing it. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Thank you once again for coming and celebrating with us tonight. We are here to celebrate and appreciate our outgoing officers and welcome our incoming officers. Tonight, I have the pleasure of starting this evening's program by giving a toast to our current leaders, the leaders that led us to the success of the Orange Park Toastmasters Club. Part of the success of any group, as we may know, is the very leaders that we elect. We are very lucky that in our club, we have such dedicated leaders helping us to achieve what is rightfully ours. Starting with the membership, we are now around 32 active members and counting. Because of the new members the club has gained this year, we have earned the top-up Toastmaster incentive. Other achievements included training 7 out of 7 and 6 out of 7 leaders this year. 2 of our members have completed their high-performance leadership projects. Toastmaster Skinner with his officer training at the Winter Toastmaster Leadership Institute North, and Toastmaster McClellan for chairing the division as contest. Another 4 of our members have earned the Triple Crown Educational Awards. Toastmaster Fothrop, Toastmaster Kelly, Toastmaster McLean, and Toastmaster Grass. We are very proud to have area contest speech winners in our club. Toastmaster Edward won for international speech, Toastmaster Fothrop for table topics, and Toastmaster Chabelle for evaluation. Due to the many accomplishments of our club, we have rightfully earned the highest recognition available, the President's Distinguished Club. Tonight, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, I propose a toast to thank these fearless leaders of ours who had a remarkable year. Please stand as I mention your names. Toastmaster Jackson. Toastmaster Fothrop. Toastmaster Kelly. Toastmaster Nicolini. Toastmaster Dustin. And Toastmaster Creo unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight. And now we will toast our fearless leaders. Let us all stand and raise our flag. President Kennedy once said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Cheers to our officers. Cheers. on President Mackenzie Jackson for her welcome remarks.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. And thank you all for coming out tonight. I want to start off by saying thank you to Toastmaster Roysdon. She has done a wonderful job working tirelessly to get us this spot, get the agenda together. This was her first big project with Orange Park Toastmasters, and as you can see, she did a wonderful job. Let's get for all of you guys' hard work and dedication to our family. This is a great turnout, and I am so proud of each and every one of you, even the supporting family members, husbands, wives, spouses, siblings, all of you guys. I am so proud and happy. Thank you to my officers. You guys know there are a lot of things that happened this year, a lot of transitional things, a lot of rule changes, everything that's going on this year. But we made it. And here we are at the end of this year, ready to go into the next year, storming forward down the track. And we're going to have a wonderful next year, just like the year we just had. So thank you very much. And this time, I'd like to bring up our next speaker, Toastmaster Neil Poet.
Madam outgoing President, fellow members, and honored guests, I moved to Jacksonville in 2012. I had been in Toastmasters for a year in North Carolina. At that time, I finished my competent communicator and was looking to continue in Toastmasters. So I went to the Toastmasters International website and looked to see what open clubs there were in the area. I visited many of them and eventually decided on Orange Park Toastmasters. One of those clubs I visited no longer exists, so I guess I made the right choice. And I like Orange Park Toastmasters so much, I actually moved here to Orange Park so I could get to the club faster. In 2012 was also a very special year in Toastmasters, especially for those of us in Florida, because I had moved here just in time for a Toastmasters International convention that was being held in Orlando, and I had to go. A number of other Orange Park Toastmasters also attended, and I got to know them, including Mr. J.D. Walker. When I first met this guy, I said, this guy is going places. I just didn't know where. Oh my God, where is he going? We're lost in Orlando, why did I let him drive? He was going someplace, it just wasn't to the convention we paid so much money to attend. As I continued in Orange Park Toastmasters, I got to know some other members, like Michael Roberts. As you can see, a real ladies' man. He's always bringing the ladies to our club, and by the ladies I mean his sister, residents of the Life Care Center that followed him in. But he's not the only one. A lot of people in this club like to say that it's like a family to them. Several of them mean that quite literally, as their biological family is also in this club, or their family through marriage. We have 32 members in this club, as Edith said, but far fewer than that number of last names. That leads to us being a very tight-knit group with a lot of success. Some other things that lead to our success. Well, what is unique about this club? Well, obviously the call for grammar. Other clubs should take note of that. But also, most clubs don't lock you in the building during the meeting. If you want to get 30 members, don't let anyone leave until they've signed up. And if you want to have a full agenda, don't let anyone go home until the VPE has forced them to sign up for the next meeting. The results of our success are displayed here with the many ribbons on our banner. If you go to a district conference, you'll see there's only maybe one or two other banners with this many ribbons. It's very impressive. I remember a few conferences ago, our banner got put behind the head table where everyone could see how nice it looked. At the last conference, because we also like to show humility, we didn't bring our banner, and we gave the other clubs a chance to shine. I thought that was very noble of us. Something else that happened at the recent conference was new district leaders were chosen, and we were honored to have 3 of the candidates for Club Growth Director come and speak to our club. I'm pretty sure they didn't go to all 193 clubs that are in District 84. I think they tried to pick ones that would, 1, show up to vote, and 2, have a lot of influence, which our club does. Considering that the person we chose to vote for won, I guess they made the right choice. We are the kingmakers. And if you've been around long enough to hear my many speeches about Scotland, or if you've been to the district conference and seen my costumes of the Mardi Gras King or Elvis, also the King, you know, I know 1 or 2 things about kings. One of my other favorite speeches in this club was my Aesop fable about the armadillo and the vulture. I've given that several times by request, and I have an update for it. Yesterday, just near here on Oakley Plantation, I saw an armadillo and a vulture. However, in this case, it was not like my story, and the vulture seemed to have gotten the better of the armadillo. So life does not always imitate art. In my defense though, this armadillo had not followed the moral of my story and had not been careful crossing the street. And furthermore, given the state of my lawn currently, I'm not as fond of armadillos as I was when I wrote that speech. Perhaps I could write a sequel called The Homeowner and the Horrible Creature That Destroyed My Yard. After this meeting, I will only have 5 more speeches and a seminar to go in order to get my distinguished Toastmaster. I'm going to do specialty speeches, book, and the Art of Effective Evaluation seminar. My request to give a 3-hour seminar on how amended only has 1 eminent, and you should spell it correctly in legal documents, was denied by Toastmasters International. When I joined this club 4 years ago, I didn't think I would be the next person to get a Distinguished Toastmaster Award in this club, but I guess there's still time. After dinner speech, not a call to action, so I won't call anyone to action. But I think it's very fortunate, it would be very nice that I'll be doing my DTM walk so near to home as the next conference is at World Golf Village. Don't you think that'd be nice, JP? Would that be nice to walk through your DTM walk at World Golf Village, James? Wasn't that nice? I could go on and on about this club's many accomplishments, but I think Edith covered a lot of that, and other people will soon. But I want to thank every member, past and present, of this club for their help on my Toastmasters journey, and I look forward to continuing with it in the years to come with them, as long as JP is not driving. Madam Toastmaster. Next up to speak in praise, I will call Toastmaster Shannon.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. From the gangs of Washington State to Vice President Education of Orange Park Toastmasters James Squathrop has arguably overcome more adversity in his life than just about anybody in this room. When I first saw James, when he first joined the club, I thought, oh, this is a staid banker type. He's probably lived on the straight and narrow all his life. I couldn't have been more wrong. James has done anything but stay on the straight and narrow path in his life. By his own admission, he has committed more acts of rebellion than all his 8 siblings. And he told us in several speeches about how he started out really on the wrong path in life. He joined a gang, he was arrested more than once. And in one particular speech that I hope he will give one day in the local school system here as a way to motivate the kids to stay on the straight and narrow path, he described how one evening he had an epiphany. He tore off the gang jacket he was wearing, threw it on the ground, ripped it up, and from that day forward, James changed his life around. He got out of the gang. He enlisted in the Air Force, served 4 years in various capacities, including testing air-to-air and air-to-ground tactical missiles that were hauled aboard jet aircraft. And then,
big games stuff there.
And then in the 25 years following his stint in the Air Force, James served several positions in business, including some in sales. Now, when he joined the club, he was working at Bank of America as a mortgage loan officer who had moved from sales into underwriting. But James was still a salesman. He was the first person I mentored in this club. And the only problem I had with his speeches was he was consistently overtime. I'm happy to say that is no longer the case, and he is mostly within time these days. Now, in addition to mentoring James, I also worked with him on the club website. I had initially set it up. I was looking for somebody else to take it over. James volunteered and was instrumental in completing the conversion of the site as required by Toastmasters International when they went with another hosting service. James has served this club in 3 positions: Sergeant at Arms, President, and Vice President of Education. Now, when I started at Bank of America in 2012, James was actually president of this club. Later that year, Bank of America, in its infinite wisdom, put him on swing shift, so he worked 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. A little hard to attend a meeting that starts at 7 when you work till 7. But James overcame adversity, and sometimes he would show up. James and I were active MLOs at Bank of America. One day, they set up meetings for everybody on our floor. The meeting I went to, I learned that I was being moved from primary refinancing to home equity refinance. In the meeting that James went to, he learned that everybody in that meeting was laid off, effective immediately. Now, I was upset when I learned that James had been laid off because I knew he'd been at the bank a lot longer than I had. But apparently, Bank of America's management had no respect for seniority. And in the end, James, being the master of overcoming adversity that he is, the layoff really was not a disaster for him. He took the opportunity to set up several business ventures, including his current real estate investment business. And he also continued in Toastmasters. He served as area governor and charter member and mentor to New Beginnings Toastmasters, as well as coming back to Orange Park Toastmasters to be vice president of education. And that's where he really put his stamp on the club in several ways, including setting up a system for making sure the meeting roles were filled the week ahead of the meeting, and also expanding our mentoring program. That was of particular interest to me because when I started with this club, there was no mentoring program. And I always thought it would be a good idea if we had one. I have since paid that back in mentoring 2 active Toastmasters now through the program that James set up. Now James has given me the bittersweet honor of announcing his next move in life. He has accepted a position at PHH Mortgage as a mortgage loan officer effective today. And that's the sweet part because of course we can all congratulate James on his new position. However, it does come at a price. After the July 4th weekend, James will be working once again on swing shift and will not be able to attend our meetings for some time to come. So James, while I certainly praise you for all that you have accomplished in your life and in Toastmasters, we're also sad to see you go. We know we will definitely miss you, and we thank you for all your service to our club.
Thank you.
The lectern to Toastmaster Sarah Folsom, who will give a roast of a fellow Toastmaster.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, tonight I'm giving a roast to our deserving Toastmaster, Mackenzie Jackson. He gave me 3 to 5 minutes to talk about the wonderful accomplishments you've made, which is great. But what am I supposed to do with the remaining 2.5 to 5 minutes? For our president, who is stepping down and handing the torch over to Toastmaster Nicolini, and yes, Mackenzie, you have to let go of the torch. I thought no other Toastmaster would be better suited as our guest of honor than Toastmaster Mackenzie. So without further ado, I asked Toastmaster Mackenzie to come up and have a seat.
Am I supposed to be sitting on these pillows? Is that part of the joke?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
We got you some pillows so everyone can see your face.
Thank you so much. I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mackenzie has been a member of Orange Park Toastmasters Club for 7 years. And for those 7 years, she has fulfilled every single club officer role. Now, the hat department at Dillard's is running low on stock. Well, actually, her last role to fulfill is immediate past president. And no, Mackenzie, there's no such officer role as immediate past president. Now, behind every great woman is another great woman. Mackenzie's mother, Judith Chappelle, has been a member of Toastmasters for a long time, since they were etching their speech notes into stone tablets. You could say Toastmaster Mackenzie would not be here today if it wasn't for her mother. Really? She was given a ride here tonight by Edith. Prior to joining Toastmasters, Mackenzie was reserved and not the outgoing type that you see sitting at the back of the room every Monday during our meetings. But Mackenzie follows her mother's footsteps. Judith attended Toastmasters. Mackenzie decided to do the same. Judith participated in political events. Mackenzie decided to do the same. Judith had a surprise pregnancy. Mackenzie, you decided to do the same. Mackenzie, as our president, you have been attentive to our club's needs. and you have worked hard for our club's successes. You have even been resourceful in using your daughter's cuteness to raise the weekly attendance level of our club. When you didn't think that we were appreciating you enough for all of your hard work, you decided to wear a wrist brace for 3 months so that we would appreciate you. Perhaps the splint was because she's not only been our president, she's been our secretary. So she gets to write her own history. We want to thank you for your time that you've given this past year and the past 7 years. Fortunately for us, this time is different. We've been fortunate to have you, and we look forward to your continued dedication and support to our Toastmaster Club. Everyone, give Mackenzie a round of applause. Now, we have a surprise for everyone, and no, it's not a pregnancy. The presenting an award speech is supposed to be given by Toastmaster Adam Seiler. But we have a special treat, especially for Toastmaster Jackson, and we would like to invite Judith Chappelle up here to give her award.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and especially Mackenzie. Mackenzie, if you can come and sit somewhere nearby. Maybe a little high chair. Let everyone know that James actually forgot the gift, so it's not me.
I can't call my daughter up this time. She brought the trophies to the contest that one time, but she's not at home tonight.
But the gifts that we'll be giving will be a gavel and will look very similar to something like this. So annually, we give gifts to the outgoing president to say thank you for the hard work and dedication that they've done. They work tirelessly with their board and with their club. It gives me great pleasure and honor to be the person presenting the club's gift for our 2015-2016 president of Orange Park Toastmaster, Mackenzie Jackson. As her mother, I cannot tell you how proud I am of her. As Sarah mentioned, 7 years ago, when I told Mackenzie, guess what you're going to do? You're going with me to a Toastmasters club. And she said, why in the world would I want to do that? I think it would be good for you to do that. You're going with me to Toastmasters. Now, Mackenzie has always been a leader. Mackenzie was the captain of the color guard at Pkwy. She was captain of the band group, and captain of this and captain of that, but still just a little too reserved for me. And it's always my desire to create someone in my own image and likeness. So it was that public speaking and leadership part that I just really wanted to bring out of her. And so when she joined Toastmasters, I said, that will do it. And she latched onto it a lot better and faster than I thought that she would. And from the time that she joined, she, as Sarah mentioned, jumped right in and became an officer. I have a secretary of membership, and I'll do that, and I'll do this, and she did those things well. And I said, Toastmasters, where leaders are creative. It's really true. Mackenzie became the young woman that I knew she could be. The young woman that I knew that Toastmasters would help to create. James mentioned to me in 2015, Mackenzie is going to be president of the club. I said, really? President? Okay. That's awesome responsibility. The leader of the club, I was president, and I know what a big job that was. And I saw her grab hold of that job and the responsibility of being the leader of the club, planning meetings, making certain that everything was taken care of. Like I really didn't think that she could do. But I watched her do it. And I watched her do it with class. And I watched her do it with the leadership that Toastmasters had already helped her do. One of the best things that happened to Mackenzie during her time as president is my job kept me from being here. My job kept me working at night and not being able to attend because I wasn't there to look over her shoulder. And so it gave her an opportunity for her wings to fly. And watching her fly is a most beautiful thing. Watching her become the leader that she has become is a thing most beautiful. Watching this club grow, watching her lead this team. This club is now bigger, more powerful than it has ever been. And seeing that happen under her leadership and under the leadership of this team makes me not only a proud Toastmaster, but one of the proudest mothers I could ever know. And I want to say thank you to my president, Mackenzie Johnson.
Tonight. Thank you guys so much. I can't tell you guys how much this means to me. Good Lord, we get to keep it together. You guys have given me a lot of challenges, yes. But with every challenge, there have been 10 rewards. And I'm very grateful. I was telling Toastmaster Roysdon on Saturday when we had our last conferences meeting, but I remember talking to her on the phone and emailing her, and she was interested in Toastmasters, and here she is about to be our next VPPR. I heard talking to Donald on the phone, he was interested in Toastmasters, and now he's getting ready to be our next Sergeant at Arms. We have a lot of new Toastmasters stepping up into leadership roles. One of our newest Toastmasters, Toastmaster Site, will now be our next VPE, and our president, Toastmaster Linda Nicolini. We spend, as a club, over 200 hours together every year. Did you guys know that? That is a long time. Over 200 hours together we spend. That's why we are a family. And that's not including training, that's not including Toastmasters, contests, conferences, offensive meetings. That is just regular weekly meetings every week. Over 200 hours. And that is why we are one of the best clubs in Toastmasters International. If you go to a conference, you'll see that our banner is one of the most distinguished banners that is at any event where banners are displayed. And that's because of all you guys' hard work. As a group, as a family, you guys put into it a lot and you get out a lot. You should all give yourselves a round of applause because you guys are a wonderful group. All of you made me look very, very good this year, and I really, really appreciate it. Welcome to all of our new Toastmasters. Toastmaster Carol just joined a few weeks ago. Welcome to the tribe. And to all of our new officers that are coming in, good luck. It should be an interesting ride, but you'll get a lot of joy and fulfillment out of it. And it will be fun. You will learn lots and lots of things. I've learned so much about myself this year that I can't even describe. I'll have to be here until maybe next Monday. But you will learn so much about yourself. As my mom said, I was basically in her shadow for a long time. It is very hard to be distinguished Toastmaster Judith Witherspoon Chappelle's daughter. It's very hard to live in her shadow. But here I am as your president, doing it on my own with the help of a wonderful team behind me. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very thankful. And I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really do love you guys. I really do. And I appreciate everything you guys have done for the club and that you will do in the upcoming years. Should be a great year next year. To do the ceremony for our new officers will be Toastmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster.
Can't leave until you sign the application. We're more than having all of you here. I appreciate you coming to support us tonight. We're having an induction of officers. Actually, we will not take full responsibility until 1 July. In fact, it will be in our time 0300 on July 1st, which is midnight in California time. The official time for Toastmasters changeover. The hours will be 3 in the morning. I don't think we'll have a meeting at that hour, so I don't think it'll be a problem. We'll ask the newly elected officers to come up and take particular positions. First of all, President-elect, Glenda McLean. Vice President, Education, Edith. Vice President, Membership, Tyra Smith. Vice President, Public Relations, Edith Roysdon. Secretary, Eugenia Cummings. Treasurer, Joanne Dupton. Sergeant at Arms, Donald Webb. These are our officers for next year. I want to thank all of you for volunteering. Some of you are more like voluntold. Some of you, I know your arms will heal up within the next couple of weeks. A little bit of arm twisting. We're so glad to have all of you here. The symbol of authority for our club is the gavel. It represents the power of the club, the leadership of the club, and it's passed on year to year to the new officers. As I present each with the gavel, we'll ask when it is finished, pass it on to the next person to your right. Don. Sergeant at Arms. Extremely important. You are a caretaker of our equipment, our banner, making sure that they get to the meeting on time and set up. You greet new members and and be really the face and spokesman for our club, particularly for our guests. Willing to take on this responsibility?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. She's the holder of the purse. In more ways than one. She's our treasurer. Her responsibility to make sure that all accounts are in balance. It actually go to my house to do that. That's too much for it. But make sure our bills are paid on time, things are ordered on time, and the funds are collected and distributed as appropriate to Toastmasters International or to our club, that part of it. Are you willing to take on this responsibility?
Yes, I am.
Thank you very much. Secretary, your job not only to keep track of what happens at our meetings, but most importantly, you are the historian of the club. It is your records that you create which will carry on to our followers as time goes on. Now, some of you may or may not know, on July 1st this year, which is only a couple weeks away, this club celebrates its 45th birthday. Sorry? Unfortunately, we have lost the records for many, many of those years. So we have restarted those records. Look forward to carrying on. We also have responsibility for any official correspondence and working with the secretary, as a secretary with the president and the other members to make sure that our records are kept and correspondence is complete. We're going to take on this responsibility. Thank you very much. This is our spokesman. This is the one who gets the word out. Keeps us in front of the public so they know we are here. I love it when some places say, I'm wrong, I'm going to Park Toastmasters. What? Your job is to keep our name out there, so we get members who need us, our future members who need us, and know where to find us, and welcome them. We go ahead and take on this responsibility. Thank you very much. Vice President, membership. Membership is the lifeblood of this club. In all the years I've been in this club, one thing I've noticed more than anything, the ebb and flow of members. Some come, spend a time, some go. Some come, stay forever, like me. Some leave because they fulfilled what they wanted to do. Some leave because their work or some other circumstances requires them to leave the area. But it is your job as membership to track all our members, what they're doing, and keep them on schedule, keep them up to date, keep them interested. Are you willing to take this on? Thank you very much. Vice President of Education. This position is probably one of the most important jobs in the club. You're responsible for our education, tracking what people are doing, making sure the program is set, speakers are there, evaluators are there, making sure that we get into the educational programs that we need to do, and we get credit for it. incredible job. Always say, turn it over to the Marine, they'll take care of it. All right. You're willing to take on this responsibility?
Yes.
Thank you very much. This young lady is now the holder of the gavel. She is our president. She is responsible for what goes on in the club and in all the officers and what they are doing. She is our leader. She's the one who will guide us. She and her staff will set the course for the next year for this club. Chair all the committees to represent the clubs in the areas, the district, divisions, wherever we need to be represented. Awesome responsibility, but we have an awesome person to do it. Are you willing to take on this responsibility?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Listening to all that has been said about President Mackenzie Jackson, I know I have some big shoes to fill. I want to say thank you, Mackenzie, and your team, the officers that served with you last year, and leading our club to achieving the President's Distinguished Award. I can confidently say that because of the leadership team that you just met, I will say that we will be President's Distinguished next year, okay? I accept the role of President for Orange Park Toastmasters Club for 2016-2017. And with the support of my team, Vice President of Education Adam Syke, Vice President of Education, Membership, Tyra Smith, Vice President of Public Relations, Edith Roysdon, I'm learning, Secretary, Eugenia Cummins, Treasurer, Joanne Dupton, and last but not least, Sergeant at Arms, Don Webb. We will continue to build on the foundation that our previous team has laid for us. And we consider it an honor. I'd like to end by saying, quoting a quote from Henry Ford. And I just read it before I came, and I thought it would be appropriate to share. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. And working together is success. And I say that to say that our club is successful because we are a team and we operate as a team. There is no I, there is no me, there is no you, it is us. It is us that bring the team together and have made it a success. With that being said, I'd just like to say that I wish each of you a prosperous, a blessed, and a great year for 2016 and 17. Thank you. Toastmaster Roysdon.
And with that, fellow Toastmaster and honored guests, we thank everyone once again for coming over tonight. It was a great evening. We appreciate your time. We appreciate our outgoing officers, and we welcome our new officers. Thank you so much and have a good evening.